Hi guys, today we're going to solve multiple units material balance problem na nanggaling dito sa Basic Principles and Calculations in Chemical Engineering by David Himmelblau and James Riggs. Okay, so we have two units here in which we need to calculate for the value of our F2 stream right here and its component. Okay, so medyo mahaba yung ating solution dito. And this is really interesting problem because you will be applying a lot of substitution, and that is why I have assigned many equations here para madali natin silang ma-recall. So medyo mahaba siya, pero this is really how to calculate a multiple units material balance problem, no? Kaya kung mag-aaral kayo ng material balance in chemical engineering calculation, this will be a good exercise para makita ninyo kung paano ba ang approach kapag meron tayong ganitong mga problem sa material balance. So, I really think this will be helpful sa mga estudyante ng chemical engineering. So, I hope you will take time to really understand yung ating lecture for today. Okay, so hindi na natin patatagalin pa. Let us now jump to our step-by-step calculation. Okay, so let us now read our problem. A two-stage separations unit is shown in figure SAT11P1. Given the input stream F1 is 1,000 pounds per hour, calculate the value of F2 and the composition of F2. Okay? So, dito, given na kaagad yung ating feed flow rate, no? So, let me write that. Our F1 is equal to 1,000 pounds per hour. Okay? And what we are asked is to find out kung ano itong value ng ating F2. So, this should be expressed also in pounds per hour. And then, what is the composition of F2? So, we also need to find out kung ano yung composition ng F2. As you can see, all of these are expressed in mass fraction. Okay? So, it should be expressed the same way itong ating composition ng F2. So, para hindi tayo mahirapan, let us assign variables para we know what we are talking about. So, we have three components here. We have toluene, benzene, and xylene. Okay? So, let T be equal to toluene para lang hindi tayo mahirapan sa pag-analyze. Now, B is benzene. And X is xylene. Okay? So, let us use these letters to represent itong ating mga components dito. So, therefore, para dito sa ating F2, we need to find yung components natin. So, we will be looking for F2T, which is the value of our toluene or the component toluene in our F2. Then we need to find F2B, the benzene in our F2, and F2X, which is the xylene in our F2. So, yan yung mga kailangan nating makuha, no? So, as you can see, given lahat ng components ng ating mga exit streams and enter stream. So, ang kailangan lang natin makuha is itong component ng ating F2, which is the stream between our unit 1 and unit 2. Okay, so let us start our calculation. So first, katulad ng mga ginagawa natin sa mga previous calculation natin, let us start with the overall material balance. Okay, so overall material balance muna tayo. So our entering stream will be equal to all of our exit streams. Okay, so therefore we have F1, which is our entering stream, will be equal to lahat ng lumalabas. So we have P1, P2D, and P2B. So we have P1 plus P2D plus P2B. Okay, yan lang naman yung mga exit streams natin. We have P1, P2D, and P2B. Okay, so we know the value of our F1, which is 1,000 pounds per hour. So therefore, we have here 1,000 is equal to P1 plus P2D plus P2 B. Okay, so yan yung ating overall material balance, no? Now, let us analyze itong ating mga given. So, we have 3 components dito sa ating F1. So, definitely, because given ang ating percentage here, no, yung components natin, we can get how much toluene, how much benzene, and how much xylene na andito sa ating feed, okay? So, that will be easy because we will just be multiplying itong component value. Itong 0.4 times 1,000 will be the value of toluene, okay? So, let us analyze itong ating mga exit streams. As you can see dito sa P1, we have toluene and benzene, we do not have xylene. Dito naman sa P2D, we have toluene and benzene and we do not have xylene, kapareho ng P1, ano? However, dito sa P2B, we have toluene and we have xylene. So, as you can see from here, walang ibang nilabasan itong xylene kundi itong P2B lang na stream. So, therefore, lahat ng ating xylene dito sa ating F1 will be exiting here sa P2B. So, the amount of xylene in our F1 will be equal to the amount of xylene here in our P2B. So, that will help us to determine how much P2B we have in our system. Ano? So, let us have a xylene balance. Okay? This will be the easiest part. Kaya, kapag gagawa tayo ng mga material balance, we always have to look for that. Yung mga components na madali nating ma-identify. So, let us have xylene balance. So, let us first get how much xylene we have in our F1. So, we have 0.2 of xylene. So, therefore, we have F1 times 0.2. And this will be equal to 0.9 of P2B. Okay? Because ito lang yung xylene na meron tayo dito sa ating diagram. Ito lang yung merong xylene na lumalabas. Okay? I mean, dito sa ating system. So, dito pumapasok yung xylene sa F1. Dito lumalabas sa P2B. So, we have 0.9 of xylene. Okay? So, 0.9 of our P2B. Okay? And we know the value of F1, which is 1,000, right? So, we have 1,000 times 0.2 is equal to 0.9 times P2B. So, therefore, our P2B is equal to 1,000 times 0.2 divided by 0.9. Okay? So, let us calculate for that para makuha natin yung value ng P2B. So, okay, so let us use our calculator. We have 1,000 times 0.2 divided by 0.9. So, we have 222.22 pounds per hour. Alright, so dahil alam na natin yung value ng ating P2B, we can substitute that dito sa ating overall material balance. Okay, so we will have 1,000 is equal to P1 plus P2D plus our P2B, which is 222.22. Okay, so subtracting that sa 1,000, we have 777.78. Okay, so we have 777.78 is equal to P1 plus P2D. Okay? So, let us name this as equation OMB. Okay? Para madali nating ma-recall mamaya. Alright, so our next step is to conduct material balance dito sa ating first unit. Okay? So, we have entering F1 and we have leaving streams P1 and F2. Okay, so let us have that here. So we have unit 1 balance. Okay, so katulad ng sinabi natin kanina, stream F1 is entering and we have 2 streams exiting, which is P1 and F2. Okay, and we know the value of F1, which is 1,000. So we have 1,000 is equal to P1 plus F2. Okay, so this is our material balance sa ating unit 1, and let me name this as equation number 1. Now, dito sa ating unit 1, let us have toluene balance. Unit 1, let's have toluene balance. Okay, so sa ating F1, we have 0.4 of toluene. So we have 0.4 times F1 is equal to, in our P1, how much is the toluene? 0.01 of toluene. Okay, so we have 0.01 times P1. And plus, dito naman sa ating F2, hindi natin alam. So, we can name this as this one, diba? Yung inassign natin, F2T. That is the amount of toluene in our F2 stream. Okay? So, we know the value of F1, which is 1,000. So, 0.4 times 1,000 is equal to 0.01 times P1 plus F2T. Okay? So, yung F2T, amount of toluene in our F2 stream. So, calculating for this, we know that 0.4 times 1,000 is equal to 400. So, we have 400 is equal to 0.01 times P1 plus F2T. Okay, so let me name this for now as equation 2. Okay, so ina-assign lang natin para madali natin siyang ma-recall mamaya. Next is to conduct a benzene balance dito sa ating unit 1. Okay, unit 1. Alright, so how much benzene do we have in our F1? We have 0.4. Okay, so we have 0.4 of our F1, which is 1,000, is equal to how much benzene do we have in P1? We have 0.99. Okay, so we have 0.99 times P1 plus the benzene in our F2, which is F2B. Okay, so we have F2B. Okay, so let me have this as equation 3. Alright, now let us do Xylene balance. In unit 1. Okay, so how much Xylene do we have in F1? We have 0.2 of Xylene. So we have 0.2 times our F1, which is 1,000. This is equal to, since walang Xylene na lumalabas sa P1, so lahat ng Xylene natin lumabas sa F2. So that will be equal to F2X. Right? The amount of Xylene in our F2 stream. So therefore, our amount of Xylene in our F2 is equal to 0.2 times 1,000, which is 200 pounds per hour. Okay, so this is actually one of the requirement na kailangan nating makuha. So therefore, we already got the value of one of our component, which is F2X. Okay, so we have 200 pounds per hour here. Okay, so tatlo na lang yung kukunin natin. Okay, so let us have our material balance in unit 2. Okay, so nakuha na natin yung balance sa unit 1 and we assign equations there. So let us have unit 2 balance. Okay, so kumbaga overall material balance muna tayo ng unit 2. And as you can see, ang pumapasok is F2, ang lumalabas is P2D and P2B. So we can have our unit 2 balance as F2 is equal to P2D plus P2B. Okay? So, we don't know the value of F2 and P2D, but we know the value of P2B. We already calculated that earlier. So, we have F2 plus P2D plus P2B. So, our value of P2B is written here as 222.22. So, we have here 222.22. 2.22, and let us have this one as equation number 4. Okay? And we already know the value of Xylene dito sa ating P2B, no? Because the amount of Xylene leaving is equal to the amount of Xylene entering in our F1. Okay, so therefore, our value of Xylene dito sa ating P2B, let me write that here, unit 2. Okay, I write here, unit 2 balance. At unit 2, Xylene, we have here P2B X, okay, value of Xylene in our P2B. This is equal to our fraction here, our component, 0.9. So we have 0.9 of our P2B. So our P2B, as you can see, is equal to 222.22, right? So 222.22. So our P2B in X, okay, so our Xylene in P2B is equal to 0.9 times 222.22. So is equal to 200, no? So kapareho kanina kasi lahat ng pumasok na Xylene sa F1 is yun din naman yung lumabas. Okay? Kaya kung Xylene natin dito is 200, dito 200, so F2 natin 200 din, and dito sa P2B is also 200 dahil yun lang naman yung Xylene dito sa ating system. Okay? Alright, so we know this, it's better to write it here. Our Xylene here is 200 pounds per hour. Kapareho lang ng Xylene sa ating F2 stream. Okay, so now let us have toluene balance dito sa ating unit 2. Okay, so we have at unit 2, let us have toluene balance. Alright, so we don't know how much toluene we have in F2, so we can write this as F2T. And then toluene dito sa ating P2D is 0.95. Okay, so we have F2T, okay, the toluene in our F2 stream. Then we have 0.95 times P2D plus how much toluene we have in our P2B. So we have 0.1 toluene here, so this will be multiplied to 0.1 of P2B. Okay, we know the value of P2B. Okay, we know that this is equal to 222.22. We already calculated that, right? So let us substitute that. F2T is equal to 0.95 of P2D plus 0.1 of 222.22. Right, so therefore our F2T is equal to 0.95 times P2D plus 0.1 times 222.22 is equal to 22.222. Okay, so let me have this as equation 5. Okay, so let us name this equation 5. Okay, we will use this later. Now let us do benzene balance. In unit 2. Alright, so in F2, we don't know the value of benzene. So we have F2B. Yan lang ang pumapasok. Then, how much is the exiting benzene dito sa ating P2D? So we have 0.05 P2D. Okay, so 0.05 times P2B. D, I mean, sorry. Okay, and wala tayong benzene dito sa ating P2B, right? So, that will be 0. So, therefore, ito na yung ating equation number 6. Now, as you can see, kapag nakuha na natin yung value ng P2D, we will be able to get yung value ng benzene sa ating F2. Okay, so mas maganda makuha natin yung value ng P2D natin. Alright? So, how are we going to do that? So, gagawin lang natin, i-combine natin yung mga nakuha nating equations from Unit 1 and Unit 2. For example, itong ating equation 2 here, makikita ninyo ang ating variable series P1 and F2T. And the same way, itong ating equation 5, we have F2T and P2D. So, therefore, if we are going to substitute this one, okay, itong value ng F2T natin dito sa equation 2, okay, we will have only P1 and P2D in our equation. Okay, so let us substitute our equation 5, itong equation 5 natin dito, which is F2T. Parang maging variable na lang natin yung P2D, okay? We will substitute that dito sa ating equation 2, which is 400 is equal to 0.01 P1 plus F2T, okay? So, we will use that. So, we will substitute, okay? Substitute equation 5 to equation 2. Okay, so let us write equation 2, yung nakita natin kanina rito. 400 is equal to 0.1 P1 plus F2T. Okay, so 400 plus 0.01 P1. So we have 400 is equal to 0.01 times P1. Then plus we have F2T. Then we're going to substitute itong nasa equation 5. F2T is equal to 0.95 times P2D plus 22.222. So we will be substituting that here. We have 0.95 times P2D plus 22.222. Okay? So sinubstitute lang natin yung equation 5 sa equation 2 natin. Okay? So therefore, we can now transpose 22 to the left side of our equation. So we will have 400 minus itong nasa right side natin, 22.222. So we have 377.78. So we have 377.78 is equal to 0.01 times P1 plus 0.95 times P2D. Okay? Now, I will name this as equation 7. Kung makikita ninyo, ang ginagawa natin, ang iniiwan natin na variable is hindi F2, no? Or components ng F2. Kasi kanina, ito puro components ng F2 yan, F2T yan. So, ang iniwan natin yung main streams natin. Para pag nakuha natin yung value ng mainstream, makukuha na natin yung ating components, no? So, we have to do the same sa equation 6 and equation 3. Okay, so nakikita ninyo, given dito sa equation 6, yung value ng F2B. Okay, and sasubstitute natin yan dito sa equation 3. Okay, yung F2B dito. Okay, so let us substitute equation 6 to equation 3. Okay, so para hindi tayo malito, katulad nito, diniretso ko kasi siya. So, susulat ko na muna yung equation 3. Okay? So, what is equation 3 natin? Equation 3 is ito, 0.4 times 1,000, which is 400, is equal to 0.99 times P1. Okay? So, I will write that here. So, we have 400 is equal to 0.99 times P1 plus, okay, sulat ko muna, F2B. Okay, para hindi tayo malito. F2B. I should have done the same here para nakikita ninyo yung flow ng ating equation. Ano? So, dito natin isa-substitute yung equation 6. Okay, so hindi ko yung ginawa dito sa nauna, no? Pero this is how we did it. Okay, ganyan natin siya ginawa. So we have 400 is equal to 0.99 times P1 plus F2B from equation 6. This is equation 6. So F2B is equal to 0.05 times P2D. Okay? Now, ano yung mapapansin ninyo? I'm going to name this as equation number 8. So, ano yung mapapansin nyo? Equation 7, ang variable natin is P1 and P2D. Equation 8, ang variable natin is P1 and P2D. So, pareho lang, no? Therefore, if I'm going to subtract itong ating equation 7 and 8, we will be able to eliminate one variable. Okay? So, let me subtract equation 8 by equation 7. Okay? So, I will going to subtract that. So, sulat ko muna yung equation 8 natin. Our equation 8 is 400 is equal to 0.99 times P1 plus 0.05 times P2D. Then, I'm going to subtract our equation 7, which is 377.78 is equal to 0.01 times P1, then plus 0.95 times P2D. Now, you have to decide how are you going to proceed with this type of equations. How are you going to eliminate one of the variable? Kasi pwede mong eliminate yung P1, pwede mo ring eliminate yung P2D. In this case, I'm going to choose eliminating P1. And to do that, kailangan itong ating subtrahend dito maging 0.99 din ang value. Okay, so therefore, I have to multiply this by 99. Eh, hindi naman pwedeng basta ko na lang yung i-multiply by 99. In order to protect the equality of our equation, I have to multiply everything dito sa ating multiplier to make this 0.99. Okay, so therefore, I'm going to multiply this by 99. Okay, so this is our multiplier. Okay, so if I'm going to multiply that, magiging equal na yung ating coefficient ng P1. Okay, let me show that. I-rewrite ko lang itong ating unang equation, which is 400 is equal to 0.99 P1 plus 0.05 P2D. Okay? Now, I'm going to subtract itong mga minultiply natin sa 99. Okay? So, first, we have 99 times 377.78. Okay? So, we have 37,400. 37,400 is equal to 0.01 times 99. 0.01 times 99, which is equal to 0.99. So, ito yung sinasabi ko. Nag-equal na ngayon yung coefficient natin sa P1. Okay? Then, plus, we have 0.95. So, 0.95 times 99, we have 94.05. So, 94.05 P2D. Okay? Now, we're going to subtract this one. Okay? So, 400 minus 37,400. So, we have negative 37,000. Diba? This is equal to 0.99 P1 minus 0.99 P1. So, this will be equal to 0. Okay? So, 0 na to. Then, 0.05 minus 94.05. So, we have negative 94 P2D. Okay? So, this is negative 37,000 is equal to negative 94 P2D. So, as you can see, makukuha na natin yung value ng P2D. No? So, P2D is equal to negative 37,000 divided by negative 94. So, our P2D is equal to negative 37,000. So let us ignore the sign. So we have 37,000 divided by 94. So we have 393.62 pounds per hour. So nakuha na natin yung value ng P2D, no? So sulat natin dito para mas ma-analyze natin. Our P2D is equal to 393.62 pounds per hour. Alright, so kanina may pinakita tayo dito na equation 6. Sabi natin, pag alam na natin yung value ng P2D, makukuha na natin yung value ng F2B. Right? So our F2B is equal to 0.05 P2D. That's equation number 6. So let me write that here. From equation number 6, let us recall our equation. We have F2B is equal to 0.05. Okay, so F2B is equal to 0.05 times P2D. And alam na natin yung value ng P2D, so we can substitute that. So F2B is equal to 0.05 times P2D, which is 393.64. So our F2B is equal to, let us use our calculator. So multiply this by 0.05. We have 19.68. So we have 19.68 pounds per hour. Okay? So nakuha na natin yung isang required value natin. So sulat natin siya sa itaas para hindi tayo malito. 19.68. Okay. F2B. So 19.68 pounds per hour. Okay? Alright. So, hindi na lang natin alam yung F2 and P2B, no? But, we already have P2D here sa ating overall material balance. So, therefore, makukuha natin yung value ng P1. Diba? So, let us use that. 777.78 is equal to P1 plus P2D. Okay? So, let us substitute yung values natin dyan. So, from our overall material balance. Okay, so we have 777.78 is equal to P1 plus P2D. And we already know the value of P2D, which is 393.64. So I'm going to substitute that. We have 777.78 is equal to P1 plus 393.64. So therefore our P1 is equal to 777.78 minus 393.64. So our P1 is equal to 777.78 minus 393.64. So this is equal to 384.14 pounds per hour. So let me write that. 384.14 pounds per hour. Okay, so if you're going to use our Unit 1 balance, alam na natin yung pumapasok na F1 and lumalabas na P1, so therefore we can get the value of F2, diba? So this is the one I'm talking about dahil alam na natin yung value ng P1. So from equation 1, we have 1,000 is equal to P1 plus F2. I'm going to use that here. Okay, so balance tayo. So Unit 1 balance, which is our equation 1. Okay, so mula sa ating equation 1, we have F1, or I mean 1,000. Let us substitute that already. We have 1,000 is equal to P1 plus F2. And we already know the value of P1. So we have 1,000 is equal to 384.14 plus F2. Okay, so therefore, our F2 is equal to 1000 minus 384.14. So therefore, our F2 is equal to 1000 minus 384.14, which is 615.86 pounds per hour. So isa to sa hinahanap natin, ano? So we already solved the value of F2, which is 615.86. Okay? So 615.86. Let me delete this. 615.86. Okay. This is in pounds per hour. So hindi na lang natin alam is yung F2T. But we already have this equation here sa unit 2 Toluene balance. Meron tayo niyan dito. F2T, saan nga ba yan? This one. Equation 5. We have F2T is equal to 0.95 times P2D, okay, plus 22.222. Okay, so let me use that. So equation 5. Okay, so from equation 5, we have F2T is equal to 0.95 times P2D plus 22.222. Okay? But we know already the value of P2D. Nakuha na natin yan dito kanina, which is 393.64. Okay? So, substitute lang natin yan. F2T is equal to 0.95 times the value of P2D, which is 393. What is again the 64? Okay, 64 plus 22.222. So therefore our F2T is equal to, okay, so just again our calculator, we have 0.95 times 393.64, then plus 22.222. So we have 396.18 pounds per hour. Okay, so nakuha na natin ngayon yung ating F2T. 396.18. So let me write that here. Okay, so 396.18 pounds per hour. Okay, so nakuha na natin basically lahat ng value niya. So ang kailangan na lang nating makuha dito is how much is it in percent weight, because lahat ng component natin is expressed in percent weight, right? So let us just divide this value sa ating F2, okay? Because this is the total pounds per hour ng ating stream. Okay, so isa-isahin na lang natin. I will not write it anymore. I'm just going to use the calculator. So we have for our Toluene, we have 396.18 divided by 615.86. So we have 0.643. Okay, so para sa ating benzene, we have 19.68 divided by 615.86. So we have 0.0319 or 0.032. Okay, and then for our Xylene, we have 200 divided by 615.86. We have 0.32. Okay, so we have 0.325. Okay, so we already got the value of F2. Ito yung ating requirement. Calculate the value of F2 and the composition. So we have the composition of F2 in here. So this solves our problem from Himmelblau. So I hope this helps you in your study for calculating for the components and multiple component material balance. That's all for now. Thank you very much and have a nice day. To watch more of our lecture videos about engineering and STEM subjects, please subscribe to our YouTube channel and click on the notification bell para lagi kayong updated sa mga videos na i-upload namin. We are regularly uploading tutorial videos in engineering, mathematics, chemistry, physics, at iba pang subject na magagamit ninyo sa inyong pagre-review. So, thank you very much sa patuloy ninyong pagsuporta sa engineers.org.